Well, hi, everybody. It's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean, and I'm looking forward to guiding you through today's Tabata Super HIIT circuit. It's super, thanks for asking, because we're going to extend the length of the move. So instead of our traditional Tabata set, which is 8 rounds of the same exercise for 20 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest, we're going to do 4 rounds for 40 seconds of work with 20 seconds of rest. So you get a little bit more time to recover and a little bit more time to work mindfully. I totally intentionally started this feed a little early because I would highly encourage you to just kind of move around a little bit if you're here now. Uh, and if not, if all you have is 30 minutes, when you rewatch this one later, you can fast forward through this first couple of minutes. But otherwise, I'm just going to check on things on the interweb, gather everything that you need for today's class. Mostly that is one weight, but depending on how you're feeling, your weight, you might need more than one actual weight of weights. That makes sense, right? Like it's really cold here. Um, and I've been just trapped at the computer for the past couple hours. It's raining and hailing outside. So I'm not personally feeling very loose and limber. So I'm going to keep my weight on the lower side, about 5 pounds. But that's also why I'm making sure to take this time before class gets started to start to move my body a little bit more and warm up. And we are still going to warm up together officially when class starts in 3 minutes. So if you want to put some water on, you go ahead and put some water on for yourself. Um, if you want to, oh my God, I meant some music. Wow, it's that kind of day. I don't want to show you my desk, but I wish you could see my desk just so you could see like, I've got like little projects everywhere. Oh, I'm also so inspired because today is the day of the Boston Marathon. We've got a race coming up. It's just a 5K. In fact, it can be just like a 1 mile walk or run because you got to do what's right for you. I laughed earlier that I'm like sweating this 5K and people are outside doing a marathon. Also, I've done marathons, but you got to use it or lose it. You got to challenge yourself to see change. And it really is, it's not an all or nothing because something is always better than nothing when it comes to movement. But, if you have big goals, if you have big endurance goals, you got to stick with your training to make it work. All right, I'm going to bribe the bird. Fred bit me this morning, everybody. She bit me. She's a nasty bird. It's okay. I'm going to forgive her. All right, so we got 1 more minute so we officially get started. But I hope that if you did tune in a little early, that you join me in just getting up out of your chair, finding some movement, especially if you have some music on. It can be less weird to just kind of get up. And I'm going to try and take these movement breaks throughout the rest of the day. So I want you to ask me about it. I forget that how encouraging like music and audio can be. Um, and when I'm at home working, silence. It is silent in here. But today I'm going to put some music on and I'm going to switch that music up to help encourage myself to get out of my chair, like at least once an hour, get out of my chair and take 5 minutes to just get a little bit weird and move and have fun. Also, because we got some great challenges going on if you're in the Fitbit groups. And if you're not in the Fitbit groups, you're welcome to join us. Look for me. My Fitbit name is JDUB, JDUB 1980. Just send me a friend request and a message. Let me know how I know you or how you know me. Just so I'll be sure to accept your friend request and start inviting you to some of the awesome movement challenges that we've got going on. All right, I do believe it's time. It's time. So let's get started with the warm up. So, for those of you just tuning in, hi, it's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean. You're going to need one weight for today. We're going to start off standing. I have my mat to the side. We're going to get down there in a couple moves. But first off, let's do a little warm up. So we're just getting back to moving. And I was just saying, if you need some reminders or encouragement to move and you happen to have a Fitbit, we've got an awesome work Fitbit group going. So just look me up. You can fast jump and find me on the MII. You can always send me a Teams or an email. If you didn't quite catch my Fitbit username, it's JDUB 1980. Awesome. Give yourself a little bit more of a shoulder roll here. Whew. I really want to make sure we warm up those shoulders a little bit. You get a chance to warm them up and move number one. Oh, I forgot to hit start on my timer. Oh no. All right, let's go ahead and take it into a jog. Warming up a little bit faster. So the first move that we have for today is also going to be a warm-up move. Remember, we're working longer sets. You got 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest coming your way, and you're challenging yourself as much as possible and being mindful of the space you're in and your neighbors. So if I were watching this video myself, uh, I I would really push myself a little bit harder than I'm going to while I'm guiding you all through class today because this is your time. So I just want to say that so you know to push yourself as much as you can. In fact, I might even try something like this outside where I know that I could be a little bit more intense, at least for move number one. So let me tell you what move number one is going to be. We're going to go for a somewhat narrow squat, and then you're going to stand up and do a jumping jack. So it's going to look something like this. A squat down, heels go behind you, then stand up, press through those heels, and then a jack. Now, I get pretty paranoid because of my downstairs neighbor. So if you have a downstairs neighbor that you're being mindful of, perhaps instead of doing that squat into jack, you're going to go for a squat, stand up, press through those heels, hips drive forward, arms still get to come up overhead. Maybe you even give yourself two, one to each side of some sort of a standing jack or the Freddy. Let's enjoy this first move. If you want to grab a quick sip of water, I'll lead by example. Just make it a light little sip though. We got plenty of time to hydrate throughout the day. All right, so you don't have to have any weights for move number one. If you want to hold on to some weights though, if you want to challenge yourself, you are more than welcome to. I shall not be right now because it is cold outside. It is literally hailing. My body feels tight, but let's feel good in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So squat down and then jack it up. Really make sure while you're doing this squat that you're bringing the weight back into your heels, not just the balls of the feet. I'm going to give myself 2 jacks. Feels a little easier to get those 2 jacks and then plant heels back down. And you can change up your arm movement as well. But I encourage you to try and get as large of a range of motion as possible, bringing those arms up overhead. Take a break. 20 seconds to take a break. Keep moving a little bit though. Can you just keep moving a teeny bit? We just want to keep those heart rates up a little bit. We're still warming up that body. 5 seconds till we're back to our squat jack. Plant your feet. Let's go. Oh, I'm going to tuck my shirt in like a winner. And it's okay if you take this squat nice and slow too. Ooh, to really find that intentional lowering and lifting. Take a break. Think about not just letting momentum do all the work for you, letting the muscles control the movement. All right, we're still just taking some gentle little movement between rounds. Plant your feet. Here we go. Squat, jack it up. And remember, if for any reason you need to tap it out at the top, or you can find that, oh, that's a good one. This nice little straight leg lift. Is each of these working a little bit of a different part of the body? Yeah. Are they all working? Yeah. That's all that matters. Oh, my watch says we're currently earning some active zone minutes, I bet. All right, so we got one more time through. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty proud of myself for jacking it out here at the apartment. As you really develop those muscles, you can also work on the idea, plant your feet, of doing these jacks, begin, without really slamming down on the floor. So everything is so engaged. It's really light on the toes. And I promise you, and my neighbor Adrian will tell you too, that was not the case when the pandemic first started. Woo, and it's not the case for every kind of jump either. I do not recommend knee tuck jumps after 6 p.m. If you live in an apartment, come on, y'all, we're so close. Bring that weight in your heels. You did it. Bam, bam. All right. Grab a quick sip of water if you want. I'm going to hike my pants all the way up. I'm going to tuck my shirt back in like a winner. All right. Next up, we've got some standing abs. We're going to bring one single weight to this movement. You don't have to have the weight at all. You don't have to have the weight at all. Easier option with this weight is keeping it at your chest. I'm just finding this nice little drive. Do your best to lift that thigh towards your elbow as opposed to taking a big side bend in the body. So your best to lift your thigh to your elbow, even if it doesn't come anywhere close, that's okay. Because you can also have your arm up overhead. Ooh, a little bit more challenging. Nice and high. I'm gonna see what I can do. Let's stick with one leg the first time. We'll do the other leg on the opposite side. You know I'm gonna give you some different ways you can make this move happen. In 3, 2, we started. Awesome. So remember, either right here at your chest, using that exhale, think about decreasing that space between lower rib and hip, or arms up overhead, still trying to drive that knee super high. Now you can still just drive towards that knee, or you can think about a little bit behind the knee, in front of the thigh. You got a slight bend in the standing leg, so that quad is working a little as well. Weight in your heel. Just about 1 second to go. What do you think? How's that? I did not think that was so bad. Oh no, the feed froze. That's okay. I promise I'm still moving during this quick 5-second break. 3, 2, other side. Let's get it. I'm a nice lady. Let me switch right over to this other side. Also, I notice on my computer that things are frozen. Well, let's try those arms all the way up overhead. So I hope that things are still streaming normally for you. I'll check again right after this move. Do you want to get a little inner thigh, outer thigh? How's that feel on this side? I know I'm keeping my arms up overhead, but just driving this leg up It's a little bit more challenging on one side versus the other. Keep that steady pace. You got this. You got this. Take a break. Let me just check on the interwebs up here. Ah, amazing. Switching back to that other side, option to add in a little crossbody twist as well. So I'm still elbow to knee and then opposite elbow to knee. Yeah. What do you think about that? So I'm starting to bring a little bit more balance into play. And you can do this with your hands at your chest, or you can do same thing with those arms up nice and high. I like hands at my chest. Feels a little bit more in control. Allows me to think a bit more about keeping that bend in my standing leg. Oh, 3 seconds left. Feeling it all the way. You made it. Shake it out. Shake it out. Shake it out. One more time through. Other side. One more standing series of movements. After this, and we get to hit the floor. Oh, we're hitting the floor for planks. I don't know how I feel about that. All right, hands at the chest, core in. Here we go. Find that crossbody. Yes, said Fred. I saw her shake her head like, yeah, we got this. So just like in those jumping jacks, while this toe is tapping down towards the floor, it is tapping down as quietly as possible. There's no slamming. Sorry I didn't mention that earlier, but really think about that here as you're starting to get tired. Less than 10 seconds to go. Oh, yay. All right, take your 20 seconds. Just walk, move, shake it out. Grab a quick sip of water. I'm going to continue to be extra kind today. We're going to really keep sticking with this variety. So this next move, we'll do right side, left side, left side, or feel free to do left side, right side, right side. We're just going to switch it up each time because I want you to feel great when we get to the end because I know you're doing some good work. All right, we're starting with a weight in the same hand as the leg that's going to step back behind you. So with your arms relaxed down by your side, you know, have your feet a little closer together. If you want, we're going to step the right leg back, step it back into a back lunge. As we step it back into a curtsey lunge overhead press, back into a back lunge, option to either step legs forward or find a front knee drive. See how much we're like kind of building on moves today? All right, I'm going to talk you through it. The first couple times we'll move a little slower and then go at the pace that works for you. I'm starting with my right leg, weight in the right hand in 3, 2, 1. So we're going to take back lunge, weight is down. Whoa. Curtsey lunge, weight comes up overhead. Back lunge, weight comes down, knee drive. And again, back lunge, curtsey overhead press, back lunge, knee drive. The weight is in, you're standing, oh my gosh, front leg heel. And you got to keep your eyes on one place too. The more that you focus your eyes, the easier it's going to be for you to balance through this one. Just see that? I just added in a little bicep curl with that knee drive. Really quiet. Oh, we did it. We made it through one side. I'm going to switch the weight into my left hand. Left leg is going to go back. Make sure the weight stays in your front heel. Still finding some movement during that break time. We start in 3, 2, arm stays down, step back, back lunge. Bring that knee to the floor. Curtsey lunge, bring that knee to the floor, overhead press. Back lunge, step it together, or knee drive. Maybe with that hammer press. So back lunge, curtsey lunge, back lunge, optional knee drive. straight towards the back. Think about when you're bringing that foot towards the back too, that there's like a little bit of space between your feet. So if there was a line on the floor, I forgot that overhead press. Your heels are not invisible behind each other on this line. Take a break. That's going to help you with that balance in that back lunge too. Maybe even step back a little bit wider and then find that curtsey. Switch your weight to the opposite hand. We got one more time on each side. You're doing great. I can feel it. Ready? 3, 2, chest is lifted, belly in, step back. Find your curtsey. Find your back lunge, knee drive. Just going to add in an extra overhead press. And I'm going to stop talking a little bit because you got to stay a little focused for these moves right here. Woo! 10 seconds left. What can you do? Even if you're not taking this full lunge, if you're just challenging your balance, that's awesome. Take a break. We got one more time through. Remember, it does not have to look exactly the same on this opposite side. That's why we're doing some unilateral movements. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Back lunge, curtsey lunge, overhead press. Back lunge, knee drive. I just want you to keep going, and I want you to want that for yourself. So if you got to slow down, slow down. But can you take a couple breaths if you're taking a breath into your lunge, or at least in this knee drive, because you're challenging yourself to see that change. Awesome. Oh, we made it. We made it. Spread your mat out. If you don't have it spread out already, we're coming down to the floor. We got some planks, y'all. But before we do those planks, grab a quick sip of water if you want it. Let's take a nice little stretch for the back. Whew. So, hands, palms down on the floor. Spread those fingers out really wide, like a starfish. Feel that stretch between the webbing, oh my gosh, of your fingers, and start to give yourself a little cat-cow. Oh, it feels so good, doesn't it? We've already started to work into those obliques a little, so find a little shake of your cat or cow's tail, side to side. And then let's keep going. Oh my gosh, I feel so much nicer already. I thought that we were like straight in plank town. We got some push-ups coming up next. All right. Many options for your push-ups. If you already feel good about push-ups, just keep doing some cat-cows right now. Otherwise, you can do your push-up from tabletop right here with those hands, palms underneath of your chest, because no matter how you're doing your push-up, you want that chest and head coming down towards the floor. So we're leading with our heart. We're not leading with our pelvis. Yes, that's the way it sounds nice. So either right here, elbows coming behind you, just getting this nice little tricep push up. I promise you'll still feel it in your triceps. Or you can step those knees back and same thing. Just make sure you're getting that chest down first. If you're bringing that belly down first, you're not getting the benefit of the push-up. So bring those knees in as close as you need to, or have your toes all the way out. Now, if you want to challenge yourself more on the way up, though, you can still, from all the way at the bottom, tuck your toes under, push yourself up, and then if you need to bring those knees back down, so be smart for your body today, do it. I am not just doing the easier move. Just to like be cool. I mean, it is cool. I'm doing the easier move because that is the harder move for me. So if you can challenge yourself with a more intense push up, that's great. But you know what? I can't right now. And I'm proud of myself for doing these tabletop or push ups on the knees. And that's why I'm going to tuck those toes under and just get as much work as I can because that's what you got to do. You got to do what you can do. All right. So that's move number one is the push up. Ready? 3, 2, 1, begin. So just bring in that chest and head down first, but I'm not leading with my head. Shoulder blades are still squeezed together. That back is engaged. That core is drawn in. I'll challenge myself to get a little closer towards the mat. So as I'm hinging forward, my toes are gently lifting off of the floor. And then I'm pushing through those hands, palms, and straightening arms to lift. And I mean, you can cheat a lot in these moves, you know. You can cheat yourself by not getting take a break as close to the floor as possible. You can cheat yourself by using something else to lift up. But I'm really encouraging you to use that chest. And a back engaged back. All right, so next up, we're going to do a plank, a straight arm plank. I'm going to ask you to try and give me a little forward reach. Separate those feet and begin. So either just hanging out here in the plank or a little tap forward. But when you tap forward, try not to rotate too much through the hips. And if you need to bring those knees down towards the floor, you can bring your knees towards the floor. And if you're just bringing them down to catch your breath for a second, lift your knees back up. Come on back to that forward tap. You got 10 seconds left to go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Come off your wrists. Come off your wrists. Doing those same 2 moves again. No changes required for your push-up. Besides you just doing the best push-up you can do. Ready? 5, 4. Engage that back. Engage your core and begin. And if you need to, you can even stand up and do these push-ups against the wall. So that's a great place to get started with a nice straight body push-up if you don't want to take a modification and a straight leg push-up is too hard for you. But if you're looking for something a little medium, just find a surface that you can do some push-ups against. So maybe it's a desk, maybe it's a dresser or a kitchen or bathroom counter. Awesome. All right, for our next round of planks, I'm going to encourage you to come down onto your forearms. We're going to extend those legs all the way behind us. We're going to lift our heel one at a time, just a little bit, and hold it. Ready? In 3, 2, 1, begin. All right, so we're coming into this full plank, and then we're going to lift one heel and hold it. And release it down. Lift one heel. Flex your toes back towards your shin. So you're taking a little press through that lifted heel. And if this is too much for you, then you're coming into your plank and then you're dropping your knees down for just a second. And then you're coming back into your plank and then you're dropping your knees down for just a second. We got 10 seconds left to go. So I want you to challenge yourself the best that you can. Right here, you made it. Awesome. Let's turn on over onto your glutes and let's bring a weight. So we're going to take our weight. We're going to place it on top of our tabletop legs. So lower back is glued down towards the floor. The best you can, knees stacked right on top of hips. Knees a little bit further in. Easier. Knees a little bit further out, harder. We're going to squeeze those legs together and place a weight on top of your legs. Lower back stays loose to the floor. First move is just going to crunch up and lower down. We're just going to change it up a couple times as we move through. This is our last exercise of the day. Ready? So, legs and tabletop. We start in 3, 2, begin. So just a nice little crunch and hold. Control on the way down. I have just fists near my face so that there's no pressure of those hands on the back of the head. Or you can always reach your hands forward. I like this option too, because you can reach a little further forward. Get a little bit of an idea of how much you're really lifting up. Lower back though, keep pressing that low back tailbone down to the floor. You got 3 seconds left. 2, 1. Awesome. Take a moment. Remove that weight. Let me tell you what's coming up next. So we're going to put that weight back on our legs. With control, we're just going to bend their knees and then bring them back up into tabletop. If you need to, you can tuck your thumb under your bum, set yourself up, and begin. So just bending knees, heels come closer towards glutes, and then lift back up to tabletop. Taking the bend, taking the lift. The further that your hands are from the center line of the body, the more challenged you're going to be. You can even reach arms up overhead. You can even lift those shoulders up off of the mat to get those upper abs working a little bit more. We're going to work upper abs one more time. And I got some more workouts to do today, so I'm just going to take it real easy here. Round 1. We made it. Awesome. Take a moment. Remove those weights. We'll just do those same 2 moves. So once again, we're just going to find our tabletop hold and get a crunch of the upper body in 5 seconds. So set yourself up. 3, 2, 1. Use that exhale. So you're creating a little bit of rounding as you lift that upper body up. Chin gently draws towards the chest. You're lifting everything up together, like in the ab rocker from back in the day. So you're not jutting that chin forward towards the ceiling. Your eyes are even drawing a line from the ceiling, like towards your knees. 3, 2, 1. Take a break. Oh, those quads are feeling a little tired from our varying squats today and all the support that they offered us. We got one more time through of just dropping the knees and then bringing them back to tabletop. Set yourself up. Will you challenge me this time? Join me in the challenge of lifting the shoulders off of the mat a little bit or a lot. We are more than halfway. Glue that lower back down. Recommit if you're here with me right now. Working upper and lower abs for less than 10 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Great. Put your weight down, extend your arms out to the side. Take a moment. Let's windshield wipe the legs. I've got my feet really wide, mat width distance apart. Bringing a little bit of love to those inner outer thighs up into the glutes. Go ahead, drop your legs over to one side. Still nice and wide though. Starting to bring a little extra love into the quad even from this position. And then back to center, other side. Great. Draw both knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a couple circles in one direction. Give yourself some circles in the opposite direction. Let's get a nice total body stretch. We've got 2 minutes left. I want to maximize our time. Extend those legs out, bring your arms up overhead, walk your legs over to one side as far as they can go. Keep your hips at the center and walk your arms over to the straight side. You can bring a stretch into your IT band by taking that inner leg and crossing it over the outer leg. Work to find a little extra stretch through your hips. So you're doing your best to push your hips, to move your body, to create a stretch from your fingers to your shoulder, from your shoulder to your hip, from your hip all the way down to your heels. If you crossed your legs, uncross your legs, walk your upper body back to center, walk your legs back to center, and bring it over to the other side. Bring your upper body to the other side, cross those legs if that feels good. Woo. You create the stretch that feels right for you. It's your body. You know what's best. Let's take 2 more slow breaths right here. Awesome. Uncross your legs, walk them back to center. Bring your upper body back to center. Relax your arms down by your side. Roll yourself over. Give yourself another cat-cow because you're worth it. Yes. Tell yourself you're worth it. I'm amazing. Move out of my way. I'm amazing. All right, go ahead. Tuck your toes under. Send your glutes up towards the ceiling. A quick little pedal through your heels. And walk your hands to your feet and your feet to your hands. Take a dangle. Bend your knees generously. Shift the weight to your heels. And slowly roll yourself up. When you get to the top, stack shoulders over hips. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, relax your arms down by your side. Create some stillness. On your next inhale, think about one thing you're proud of yourself for doing in this class today. Exhale, let go of any tension or thoughts that are negative because you're amazing. Great. I want to thank you again for joining me for today's Super Tabata HIIT circuit. If you have any questions or concerns, you can reach out. If you want to be my friend on Fitbit, JDub1980. I can't wait to get some steps in and just continue working together to just feel our best. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy Monday.